video, we're going to look at multiple examples of how to find the slopes of lines given a graph. So the first example I'm going to look at, I'm going to say, okay, let's look at a graph here and a point over here. Okay, and I want to know what the slope of this line is right here. Okay, now we can pick any 2 points anywhere on the graph. I'm just going to happen to pick the 2 here and here, but I could have picked any points on the graph and the slope should be the same. Okay, so in order to find the slope, I know that I need to do the rise, okay, over the run. Okay, so if I go to look to find the rise, I'm going to start at a point and I'm going to go up because that's rising, and I'm going up, so it's a positive 2 as I travel up. Then I'm going to go to the right, positive 4, okay, so the denominator is going to be positive 4, and this is going to be positive 2, okay. And so then that's going to result in 2/4, which results in 1/2. Okay, and now we could have started, let me just clarify this for a second. We could have started with any number of points. Okay, I could have started with this point here and gone up and over to this point right here, up 1 over 2. Okay, you can notice how I can keep going up 1 over 2. It's going to have the same slope of 2. Now I could have started at this point here and gone up 3 and over 6. Okay, I could have gone up 4 and over 8. They would have all given you the same result. Okay, another thing that I can do is I can go down 2, so that's a rise of -2, so I have -2 over, and then I can do a run of -4, which gives me a run of -4, which also gave me the slope of 1/2. Okay, for another example, that last slope was positive, and you're going to notice that when it was positive, we're going lower left to upper right. Okay, that's kind of a positive slope. Now we're going to look at some other examples. We might look at something like this, a graph that goes through these 2 points right here. Okay, so I want to know what the slope of that line is. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to go down 2, which is -2, and I'm going to go positive 2. So the rise is -2 and the run is positive 2, and so that gives you a slope of -1. Notice how the slope is negative lower left to lower right. Okay, I could also do a graph that maybe looks, I'll go up here a little bit, it looks like this. I'm going to go something like that. Okay, here's my slope of my line. Okay, so I'm going to start with 2 points. I'm going to pick this point first, and I'm going to go up to this point. So I'm going to go up and over. So my rise is +1, and the run is +4. So I have a slope of 1/4. Okay, I could have gone down 1 over 4. Okay. And if we look at another one, I could do something like this. A line that looks like that. Okay, well, we know we should get a negative answer because this is a negative slope. If I went this direction, it would be positive. Okay, so my final result, when you double check it, should be negative. So I'm going to go from here down. So I'm going down 2, and then I'm going right 3. So my slope is -2 over a +3. Okay, -2 over +3. And I have a negative slope, so that's good. If I had started on this point instead, I could have gone +2 over -3. That's still the same slope. Both have a negative slope. Okay, so I'm going to talk briefly about what you have here for slopes. So you're going to see in skiing that you can kind of have bunny slopes or green slopes or blue squares or black diamonds. Okay, it's all based on how steep something is. Okay, also you're going to right here. Okay, so record this in your notes piece. You've got positive slope here, negative slope here, zero slope, and no slope. Okay, so a zero slope would be something like 0 over 5, and a no slope would be something like 5 over 0. It's undefined. So the slope is a vertical line.